Just listen for a second. There's something really powerful, right? A kind of peace in these ancient sounds. So today, we're going to dive in and explore exactly what's behind them. This is our explainer on the Sri Raghuprema Teertha Stuti. So the hymn kicks off with this just gorgeous and really powerful phrase. It's talking about an immense collection of bliss. I mean, wow. But what does that actually mean? And who could possibly be described that way? Don't worry, we're going to get to it.
And that right there, that's the big question for us today. What is this hymn and who is it honoring? We're going to break it down piece by piece to really understand its structure, its meaning, and the incredible person it's all about.
Okay, so before we can really get into the hymn itself, we need to get on the same page about what a stuti even is. Because it's not just a song or a prayer, it's a whole art form, and it's pretty special. Think of a stuti as a kind of devotional portrait, but made of words. It's a Sanskrit hymn, and its whole purpose is to praise the virtues and qualities of a deity or a really revered guru. It doesn't tell a story like, this happened, then that happened. Instead, it paints this incredible picture by just celebrating who they are. It's all about praise.
And the subject of the particular stuti we're looking at today, it's the saint Sri Raghuprema Teertha of Adoni. So this whole beautiful hymn we're exploring, it's a tribute, a detailed portrait, all dedicated to him.
All right, so how do you even begin to build a portrait like that in verse? Well, the hymn starts right at the foundation, It focuses on the saint's fundamental character, his inner purity, and this really amazing freedom from the faults that trip up most of us. And this is what I find so fascinating. Check out how the verse does this. It doesn't just list all the good things he has. It actually defines him by the faults he's free from. Things like desire, pride, you name it. It's like that absence of flaws is the clean canvas on which all his other virtues can really shine. I mean, this paints a picture of just total, complete purity, doesn't it? The hymn talks about his calm and kind mind, for sure. But then it goes even deeper. It uses this amazing phrase, Kayava Kchitta Samshodana. That means he's pure in his body, his speech, and even his thoughts. Every single level. And it's that complete, holistic purity that lets him actually be a source of well-being for everyone else. Okay, and here's the really crucial point. This deep inner purity, it's not just some passive, quiet thing. No way. It's what empowers him. It's what makes him such a powerful teacher and a spiritual guide. And that's the very next layer the hymn adds to this incredible portrait. And to describe his intellectual and spiritual strength, the hymn uses this absolutely brilliant metaphor. It calls him a lion to false arguments. Think about that. A lion doesn't just, disagree with you. It completely dominates. And that's the powerful image they're using for his skill in debate. This next phrase really gets to the core of what he does as a guru. It says he's constantly engaged in giving true knowledge. But it's more than that. It's more active. The word is ajñāna vinivartarakam. He's a dispeller of ignorance. See the difference? He's not just adding light to a room, he's actively chasing out the darkness. And you can see how all these pieces fit together to create this amazing picture. He's this fierce debater, Durvadi Gajja Panchasyam, the lion to the elephant of bad arguments. What a title. He's also deeply absorbed in his spiritual practice, tapo magnam. But, and this is key, with all that power and all that knowledge, he is vinay bhushitam, which means he's adorned with humility. It's that incredible mix of strength and gentleness that makes him what the hymn calls a mine of attractive virtues. So after building this incredible, vivid portrait of the saint, the very last verse kind of pulls back the curtain. We get a little reveal. It tells us who actually wrote this beautiful piece, and, just as importantly, why we should be reciting it. And there it is, laid out plain and simple. The author is a man named Karanam Venkatar Raya Ru. He composed this entire hymn as a tribute to his own revered guru, Sri Raghuprema Teertha. You can really feel how personal and powerful that connection is. Now this brings us to a really cool feature you find in a lot of these stutis. It's called the Phala Shruti. It's usually the very last verse, and its job is to tell you the phala, or the fruit, the benefit, that you get from reciting the hymn. And here's the promise it makes. The
The last line says that anyone who recites this will have their wishes fulfilled. And that right there, that changes everything. It transforms this poem from just a beautiful piece of praise into an active, functional spiritual practice. It's not just about admiring virtue anymore. It's a way to receive blessings by focusing on that virtue.
So, I want to leave you with this question. This hymn, it so carefully builds this picture of an ideal person, right? Someone free from faults, totally dedicated to knowledge, incredibly powerful, but also humble. In our world today, which is just full of noise and distractions, what's the value in taking a pause, in spending just a few minutes, like we just did, to think about a vision of human potential that's this clear and this focused? It's definitely something to chew on.